Hey guys, welcome back to another nail video here on Sharon's Nail Boutique. I am your host Sharon. You know the drill. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. How do you guys like my new intro? Okay, here's the products used in the set that I did, just so you know if you have to pause it. Alright guys, make sure if you're new here and you like this video, give it a big thumbs up. So I'm just starting off here. I'm using my pre-pinched extra long square tips in clear. Now these are the extra long ones, not the regular pre-pinched. These are like, I guess, newer. They're kind of coming out on the scene. They're extra long, not too long, but long enough. They're really nice. So I'm just getting those into shape real quick and blending the where it meets the free edge. We have an emergency. We have an emergency. Sharon, your nails are hideous. You need to do something with them, girl. They look like shit. So we're just going to finish up here by blending those in and getting them all filed into that nice coffin shape, okay? These nails, I actually really like them. They're not too thick. They're not too thin. They're not super hard. Like, they're actually really nice, and it comes with $5.50, and I'm going to explain that really quick. The reason why it does is because they give you an extra size 0. So they give you a 0, and they give you a 0 plus, okay? That's freaking awesome, because a lot of times you get these tips, and the biggest thumb doesn't even fit. It's too small still, so they give you an extra size, and that's why you get the $5.50. So I'm going in. I'm giving you guys multiple different angles in this video, so I hope you guys really enjoy this video. I'm super excited to share it with you because this was one of my freestyle sets. They were basically inspired by another set, like a fiery marble set, but totally different colors, and the designs were different. So I'm starting off with doing just my thin clear base on all 10 of those nails. I went in with my OPI Band-Aid and my 2 coats of no lift nails acid base primer, excuse me. So after I do my thin clear base on all 10, I start going in with my marble ombres. So I'm doing basically marble on 3/4 of the nail down, and then I'll go in at the end with white coming over the top. And when I place my color beads, guys, I clean my brush really good, and then I wet it and roll it to a point so I could get into those colors and marble them really good. So a lot of times you'll find on people's channels that they'll particularly tell you that. They'll actually tell you, make sure you clean your brush and wipe it really good and go back into your liquid and roll it to a point at the tip of your brush. That way you could get into those colors and marble them really nicely without swirling the colors too much into each other to where they kind of just all slop together and you can't tell the difference in the colors. And I just love how these nails came out. Now, I didn't show you from the very beginning because on the right hand, I'm going to show you from the very beginning. And I basically left this hand in because I did my thin clear base and I just kind of went into this, and I still wanted to kind of keep some of that in for you guys because it went right after me basically doing my prep and all that. So I didn't want to take all of that out, but you guys will basically be able to see me start on the right hand from start to finish. That way you get a good idea of exactly what I'm doing from beginning to end, and you don't just kind of come in the middle of something. But I still wanted you guys to see these nails because the marble on these came out just to die for. I mean, look at these marbles. Each one is different, and that's what's so amazing about doing marble nails is you can literally use so many different products to get marble effect. You could use Sharpie, you could use the blooming inks, you could use acrylic, you can use gel polish, you could use gel paints. There's so many different things you guys can do. Acrylic paints you could use even. So yeah, now this is basically like a bird's eye view from over my shoulder, and I wanted you guys to kind of see. I was playing around a lot with like the editing and stuff like that because even though I'm not really getting too much advice from you guys as far as editing goes, I feel like this you know, I'm getting up there. I'm starting to grow the channel a little bit, slowly but surely. Slow and steady wins the race, guys, okay? I'm just very optimistic about life, okay? So even if it takes me 50 years to get to 15,000 subscribers, I'm going to put in the work and effort it takes, okay, guys? So I promise you, you probably won't even find a channel that's taken that long. I mean, I guess in the beginning, I went into it full-fledged and then kind of plateaued for a little bit because of my health. And then now I'm really starting to get back into it. I'm trying anyway. So we're going to start off on this hand. Like I said, fresh, guys. So we're doing a reverse French with the white. So I'm basically building that down, just placing the bead, waiting till white polymizes, I think, a lot quicker. I'm making sure that the length of it is the same as the other one. That way I don't do it, you know, too short. Now, if you notice, that other thumb is a little bit wider than this thumb. So it does look a little bit bigger as far as like the tip goes. And that's only because that tip in particular is a bigger tip because that thumb bed, that nail bed on the thumb is bigger. So I basically started off right under that cuticle, and that's because I'm going to go in and add another bead to build up that apex on my reverse French. So I just want to get the shape in place, make sure that they're the same length there, which they are. So then I'll come back in with the cuticle bead, which you see me do now. And this is my own milky white, guys, that I mixed up together myself. So I'm pushing up, then I'm kind of blending that down into that point. This is where you kind of have to pay close attention, because once you get to those sidewall corner areas where it comes down to that point, now your acrylic is going into like a different angle. So you want to make sure that you're holding your brush accordingly and making sure you're cleaning up around those side wall areas, because you want to build your wall up enough, not too thick, because we're going to come back in and encapsulate this, but enough to where you could get that color up to it and you have enough room to do that. You know what I mean? And like I said, you don't have to do this too thick, just enough to where we could get that color up to those walls and build our marble French tip here, because we're doing the reverse French and then we're going to do the marble at the tip. And so what I do is I go in, on the other one I did pink, on this one I do blue up to those wall edges. So I'll just build up that white and then I'll come back in when it dries and I'll file and make those edges nice and crisp. So as you can see, I place my two colors first before I do the marbling, just to get those colors started basically. Then I'll go in with my white, a blue, and a pink, and most of the time I'm cleaning my brush. I actually didn't do it here, and that's why it looks more sloppy. See? That's the difference, guys. That's why it's important to make sure that when people give you advice on how to do marbles, make sure that you always take the advice, because they know what they're doing. Look at how shitty this marble came out compared to my other marbles. Seriously. And that was because I was not cleaning my brush and swirling it to a point. Now, I'm not saying it's not pretty. It's still pretty. It's still marbly, but it's not as pretty as it could have been had I cleaned my brush. And see, now I'm cleaning it right now. And now I'm going to do that. Now, see how pretty that swirl came out? Compared to the rest of it, way cleaner, way prettier, way more swirled and marbly. So that's why it's important to listen to what people say and the advice they give you, because they've been there, done that type of thing. Now, we're all gonna forget sometimes and make mistakes, and that stuff happens. But for the most part, you just got to try and make sure that you try to remember what you're learning and apply it. You know, try to work smarter, not harder type of thing. So let's see if I clean my brush. And I actually went in with the baby blue on this one. And I did go in and clean my brush, which is good, because look at that swirl. Hey, that's the point. Like, watch. Again, I'm gonna do it again. Hopefully I am still cleaning my brush in between over here. So let's see. Yep, so I clean my brush, bring it to that point, start swirling the colors in together, and we're gonna come back with some blue, some white, and some pink again. Clean our brush and bring it to that point and swirl it. You see what I mean? The swirls are way prettier. They're just way more defined, if that makes any sense. That's how I feel anyways. I mean, I feel like the swirls are way better when you clean your brush and you roll the point of your brush to that really pointy, fine point at the tip. Look at the swirls on that compared to that first one, guys. Way different. Just way different. Because you already, if you're not cleaning it, you're getting the acrylic like caked in there, so it's not doing as good of a job as it could be. You see what I mean? So I just want to fix that side real quick. And we're going to go in with another marble ombre one on this nail. And then on the pinky, it's going to be a full marble. Once again, we're starting off with our 2 colors. And then we're going to go in with our 3, pink, white, and blue. We're going to clean our brush. You see? So pretty. Just kind of making sure that we're getting product on the whole entire nail, guys. Making sure that we're not leaving any empty spots, because it's really simple to do that. So pretty. Oh my god, such a huge difference. Whoever figured out that, you know, obviously with acrylic you're supposed to be cleaning your brush constantly anyways, but sometimes it gets away from us and we forget to do that sometimes. And I really feel like it's a huge difference between cleaning your brush and doing the marble and not cleaning it as much and doing the marble. Huge difference. Look at those 2 nails compared to that first one. Such a huge difference. Still pretty, but very big difference. So now we're doing our full marble on this nail, and I'm just going in at that cuticle area with Sassy and my Milky White. And I'm using Sassy and Blew Me Away from Glam and Glitz Color Blend 3 collection, as you guys know. Really, really pretty colors. I can't wait to get into like the pinks, reds, and like oranges for the fall. Just kind of finishing up summer here, guys. Still doing some like summery vibes. Really, really digging these nails. They remind me so much of like cotton candy, but also they remind me of like those bomb pops that we used to eat as kids. How pretty is that? Super cool marble. That's pretty neat. I like that. That is so pretty. And now I'm just gonna come back in and I'm gonna go in with my Milky White at the cuticle here, guys. And I'm going to start fading it down over my cotton candy marble. And I actually really, really like how the white looked over these colors, because it just made that marble kind of stand out a little bit more. Just making sure that I have enough product up at that cuticle area before I come in to cap with my clear, because if you don't have enough product in certain areas, you're going to be able to tell. Like, the shape is going to be off. And you don't want to do it too thick, obviously, because like I said, we're going to come back in and cap with our Mia Secret Clear Acrylic Polymer. And we also don't want to cover up too much of our marble either, because we worked really hard on this marble. And we don't want to ruin it. I feel like that first finger, I could have maybe faded the white a little bit better. However, white's a very tricky color to work with. You want to make sure that you're getting it blended before it starts to harden, and white is one of those colors that really, really sets up fast. So it can be tricky sometimes. So I'm just making sure that I have enough white in that side wall area there. And then I add a little more to that other side so it doesn't look so off from the other side. And then I'll move on to the next nail. I'm gonna add a little more on that side there. And I clean up that side wall. And then I move on. Yep. And then I'll actually come to the thumbnail and I will file that crisp and sharp and straight on those sides, and then we'll come in and do our marble on the French, on the reverse French. So that's gonna look really, really cool. I really, really, really thoroughly enjoyed doing these nails. I really feel like they came out so nice. Like, something about like these colors and the white together just does something for me. It's really cool. It's not your typical ombre idea with the nude and, you know, the just the one color underneath. I'm totally a sucker for like multi-color ombres. I love it. I just love all the possibilities of blending colors and just all the different ideas. I've ordered so many new polygel kits, guys, that I'm going to be getting in soon. I ordered the Burano temperature changing one. I also just ordered the SXC wedding polygel kit that just came back in stock. It's actually on sale on Amazon right now. So if you have Prime, I suggest you head over there and go check them out because they're 40% off right now. And the kit is normally $70. So right now, after tax, with the shipping is free if you have Prime, you could get it for a little under 45 bucks after the 40% off and the tax or whatever. So I had to get it. It was a no-brainer. I've been wanting that kit. I'm also waiting for the other one to come out and come back in stock. So I'm going to be doing the Burano glow-in-the-dark kit for you guys. I'm going to be doing the SXC wedding kit for you guys. I also have the Markart pastel cotton candy quick gel kit that I had to review for you guys. So there's so many videos in store that I'm so excited to get up and share with you guys. So with this reverse French here, I'm starting off with the Blew Me Away, and I'm kind of painting it up those walls there just to give that effect that it's built all the way up but not quite, because we're going to come back in and cap this. So you have to do that so there's not like that big almost clear gap in between your French and your color, you know what I mean? Because like if you were to build the color up and go over the white and then file it all down, you wouldn't be able to see any of that. But since we are encapsulating this, it's a good idea to bring your color up those walls almost to the top so that you don't see that big gap between like the side of the wall with the French and the colors. And you may ask, like, well, then why'd you build the walls up? But you have to, because when you come in with your design, you have to have a wall to bring it up to. Otherwise, it's going to be too messy. It's going to go over, and it's going to be a pain in the ass. So it's easier just to bring your color up those side edges and just hope and pray for the best, people. I love how these came out, though, guys. So we're going to go and cap each one now on this hand. We've already capped the other side. I've left a little bit of the filing in for you guys, so I hope you enjoyed that. I'm using my, I believe they're fine grit. They might be medium, though. They're the gold carbide spherical cone bits, and I actually really like them for getting that cuticle area nice and flush and thinned out. And that's really all you, as far as the most important part of filing the nail, that's probably the most important, getting the cuticle flush and nice and neat. And then you can work on the body of the nail with your other drill bits. I use my Volcano in the fine grit to basically shape the body of the nail, because I've gotten much better with bulk and stuff like that, and trying to get it perfect with laying my acrylic so that I don't have to file a lot. I'm getting much better with that. So I'm not having to do as much filing, basically. But with time, you'll get it. You know, it's one of those things that takes practice. You have to practice, practice, practice. And you will get there in the end. Laying acrylic is not as hard as one would think. It's all about the angling on your brush and, you know, cleaning it, keeping it saturated with liquid, not overly, but enough to where you can pull the bead down without pulling it off. You just have to get the ratios right. And with practice, people get it really quickly. So it's all basically a math equation if you think about it, and just waiting till that product is polymerized enough to pull it without pulling it off the nail. So, and literally I'm just pushing this up kind of around and then pulling the rest down. It really isn't rocket science, guys. I mean, in the beginning, you're going to have a more difficult time, because I feel like it's because people are more nervous about it hardening too quickly. But just don't second guess yourself. Even if your nails are thick at first, mine were too in the beginning for a very long time. And there's even sometimes, like this nail in particular, I felt like I made too thick. So that one I actually had to file more so than the others. So see, it's like I'm 5, almost 6 years into it, and I'm still, you know, making classic rookie mistakes. So it's all about, you know, finding a balance between, you know, what works for you and what you're learning in your nail tech courses and stuff like that, you know. And you're always going to pick up tips and tricks along the way. That's why it's super important to watch people like this on YouTube, like me, like anyone else, you know, because you never know what you're going to learn from someone's video. So you just have to be patient. And if you're enjoying the person's content, try watching it all the way through, because you may miss some things that you didn't hear in the beginning that people leave on purpose till the end to see if people are really watching their videos. I know me, like when I click on a video and it's a half-hour long, I watch the whole entire thing. I don't just watch the first few minutes and that's it, you know. So yeah, I spend a lot of my time on YouTube and creating my videos and editing my videos and stuff. So I always try and give back and, you know, support the people that are supporting me so much. I mean, but yeah, we'll get there. We're making our way to 1,000 subs. I'm so excited. I feel like when I hit that mark, I'm not going to know what to do with myself. I'm going to be like pinching myself. And I feel like I'm like so obnoxiously excited about 1,000 subbies, when that's probably not really a huge, I mean, for me, it's a huge accomplishment, because like I said, I've been on here for a very long time and it hasn't happened yet, but that's why I'm really excited. I come from an extremely humble background, so the little things make me happy. I told you guys that before. It's the little things that make me happy. See how thick I'm making this fucking nail? It's like, gee whiz, Sharon, like how much freaking acrylic do you need to put on there? I'm like creating a mountain of clear acrylic. Like, how thick can you make your nail before you lose the shape of it? Can you make it look like a rectangular 80s car? Like a 82 Chevy Impala? Let's see. Damn, Sharon, looking like you're fucking building Minecraft cities and shit. Like, seriously? Another beat? What the hell? Girl. Excuse Lily. She's like barking at the air right now. Like, she doesn't know why she's upset. Okay, moving on to the pinky. And I start like almost all the way up. I don't know why I did that, but I've been doing that lately just to kind of get like a even the body even, like real even, and then I'll come in and do my cuticle bead. Sometimes it's just something I decide to do. I didn't have enough there, so I had to go back in at the free edge. And once I'm done encapsulating these guys, like I said, I come in with my gold carbide cone bit. And I believe they're safety ones. I'm not too sure, but they're so gentle, guys. And I use mine at like 4,000 RPMs. You don't need it high, because when you're doing the cuticle area, if you have it on too high, you will cut into your colored acrylic by accident, like all the way through the clear, and you really don't want to do that. So just be very careful when you're using this bit, and go back and forth from forward to reverse when you're doing either side of the sidewall. So yeah, like the same way you would do your cuticle bit is the same way you would do this bit. So I think I missed capping that pointer, so I'm gonna come in and cap this pointer, and I think then I'll cap the thumbnail when I'm done with that. So that's all I have for you guys today. I really, really hope you guys really enjoyed this video. I know I did. I had so much fun. Like, I'm having so much fun just talking to myself, guys, because I really feel like you guys are here with me. Okay? So I'm just like, cuckoo, cuckoo. Sharon got issues. I'm laughing at nothing these days, you know. Can't take life too seriously, guys. Okay? So I will see you guys in my next video. You guys know the drill. If you're new here and you have not yet subscribed, please do so. It would really, really mean a lot to me if you did. And if you're an existing subby and you've come back for another one, thank you so much, because that really does mean a lot to me. And I know that I say that all the time, but guys, it really does. Like, it sounds so cliche and corny, but I wouldn't be doing this if you guys didn't enjoy watching my videos. And at least a few of you do. So as long as I at least got one that likes watching, I'm gonna keep doing it. So that being said, I love you guys all so much. Don't forget to hit that like button and share if you'd like to and have the time. I'd appreciate that as well. And yeah, stay tuned for the next upcoming videos where we're testing out some kits to see what works better, what is better than the other kit, which company's better, huh? Which one has better quality polygel? Who has sucky polygel? Who has great polygel? Who has
owner for the nails, and I
who has awesome polygel? Like, whose polygel is the best?
Exactly.
Love you guys. Mwah. Bye. Oh, real quick, not bye. I've left some pictures in the end for you guys, so I hope you guys like those shots. Oh my god, look at that marble on the thumb. I freaking love it. Oh, when you're doing this reverse French, the reason why I start off right there is just easier to mold into place, I feel like, when you start right at the bottom of the V. So I hope that helps, that little tip and trick for you guys. I'll see you in my next one, this time for real. I'm leaving for real this time, guys. I'm serious. I'm leaving for real this time. Okay, really, really. Bye, guys.